Hey everyone, this is day number 4 of 1 trade per day, just to see out of a 10 trade series so far. You can just check to see my account, just double check it's the same number. Here's the balance of the account right there. So if you go back to the first video, and the link will be in the description, you can see that it is the same account. And the balance has actually gone up. It was 9,200 when we started, now we're at 1181. So things are looking out pretty good. So yesterday we did the Euro CAD, and I was buying in here. You see that? I was buying in here and I was buying in here, and then it popped up and we had a nice little exit here. And that's a good thing that I was able to get out so quickly, because the trend reversed fast. So sometimes when you're trading, you want to get out quick because the trend can reverse. So we had an uptrend going, right? And you can see up, 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 up here, up, and then it broke this trend line. And so now I'm looking at a down trade. So I'm going to do the same trade, and I'm just going to do a sell here. We're going to go custom sell, and we're going to go up above this level because I think that's going to hold. And so then I'm just going to sell, and we're going to sell. Okay, and so there we have it. The analysis is pretty simple. I know that some of you guys had said that you didn't quite understand the analysis, but here's how it works. I was looking for buy trades because it was an uptrend. So we're going to go and review this. And why would I say it was an uptrend? Well, let's take a look. So we have a bottom here and the top. And then it came up and it broke this top. You see that right here? It broke, and so we have a new high. And then we have a low. It's a higher low, right? A higher low. Then we have a new top. It broke this high, right? And then what happens? We get another higher low, or right back into support. But then we took out another new high. Okay, so that's an uptrend. And then it took out a low, and then the trend kind of broke here because it didn't take a new low, but it still didn't have the low as the low. So I'm still thinking that we had this trend line, right? And that it was a high. Okay, and so with that being said, if it could have respected this level, because we had support here, support here, support here. We had trend line support. So with that being said, that was still looking at an uptrade, right? And so I was looking for price action. Once I determine the trend, the next thing I'm trying to figure out is what the price action's telling me. So now we broke this level. Now that we broke this, now we have a new low here. So the low has been here. We have a new low. So now I'm looking for it to break this low right here. Okay, so that's pretty much how this works. I'm looking for it to break this low, and hopefully we'll get a nice move down and we'll break the low. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If it pops up, this is now resistance. Because this support has been broken, this is now the resistance. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what's happening. So we have that in play. And I'm going to be watching this. You can see the MACD is a little bit higher here on the 15, or it's lower, but it's starting to get tight. And I am anticipating it just to go into the green a little bit and then pop down. So I don't know when this is going to make a move, but I think it will pretty soon. So we'll just watch it for a minute, and then we'll keep you posted on this trade. But this is the trade. So we're basically doing the Euro CAD 2 days in a row. I did it yesterday. I want to do it again today. So there was my sell trade. If we get up in here and we get another breakdown, the reason I took that also is because you see how this just broke this level, right? And so now this should be acting as resistance. I like to use trend line breaks, and this was a nice clear break. And this is the next level I need to see go. If I can get this floor to break here, then we have some room to go to the downside. If not, I can readjust this trend line a little bit like that and wait for it to break this one again. And if it breaks it again, I will then take another short, right? I have calculated, it's okay to add to a trade as long as you have your risk calculated, right? So I have my risk calculated, And so if I can add up to 4 positions without violating my max risk on any one trade. And sometimes I'll get in, I'll close it, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, and do that multiple times in a day. Other times, like sometimes I'll get in and this will just boom, it'll go right to where I want it to go. And that's when I really make good money because it runs. Sometimes it'll be like, okay, EuroCAD's moving, and it'll just crack down really fast. But other times, like you saw yesterday, I have to really work for it. It's nice, though, when we get the quick momentum and it breaks down really fast. So right now, I was waiting for this to break, and hopefully it does. We do have this moving average up here on the 200 to act as resistance as well. So I've got a lot of room in here to get some nice pullbacks and take several trades. All right, well, I've already been jabbering for 6 minutes, so I'm going to pause this, and we're going to take off when some more trades happen. Okay, so right now we're pushing right up against the this 50-period moving average. So I'm going to add a sell position right at the very top of this pushback. We also have resistance here and resistance here. So I'm actually going to going to add a sell or right here into resistance. So I'm just going to add it right now. Okay, so now we have 2 sell trades, one here and one here. I'm looking for this to break this trend line and pull lower. We'll see what happens, of course. And it looks like the first position has already bounced off the resistance. I got a nice profit on that one already. So we'll see if we can get any more follow through to the downside and make this a nice little trade on the day. I'll be keeping you guys posted. All right, I'm back again. Well, so you'll notice that this addition was pretty good. So the first trade was an entry on a break right here. And it broke the trend line, and that's why I got in. And it followed through a little bit. We had about a 3-pip follow through, but it just didn't really go far. So the good news is I got right up into here, and that got me a great, I love this because I don't think I could have timed my entry any better. It was almost the absolute perfection of an entry. Look at it. I mean, we could zoom this up. Like I got at the very top of that candle and you guys saw it. So that was pretty exciting. And so now, because of that, I'm currently up on this trade already 8.6 pips. So that's pretty solid, and I set my target here. I got 2 little targets, and so one is, looks like one's 154, the other's 37. So if we can just get a little bit more follow through, we'll be right at the level here, and I'll be in and out pretty quick. So that's pretty exciting. And, you know, I've got kind of a busy day today, so it's nice to be able to get in and out of a trade real quick. And once you get consistent at making money like this, then you can do that. You can, you know, slowly increase your count, slowly make a little bit more each day, and slowly, you know, only work a few hours or whatever time you want to work. So now we're pushing down. I'm actually in profit right now, about $50. If we keep pushing a few more pips, I'll be out of this trade. So I wanted to comment on my video. This is day 3, and I'm really excited because we got 34 comments. Please subscribe and like. And I want one of the comments, let me refresh this, make sure I got the recent ones. One of the comments that I really liked was, this Roderick, he said, long but not boring, it's trading. So I appreciate that. And his question was, do you prefer the MACD to be in the red for buys? And so I answered it, and he signed up for a webinar. By the way, I do have a webinar that I'm hosting tomorrow, and the link will be in the description. It's a live training about price action patterns. It's a really great price, and it's for a limited audience. I can only take 100 people. So anyways, here we go. Roderick's question. This particular trade, it was red. I prefer it to be in the green, but the price action is the leader, okay? So we have, let's look at this price action, right? And so what do I see here? Why do I say that? Well, we have, number one is we have a downtrend. You see that? Downtrend. We hit a low, then we hit another low, and then we hit another low. So we hit a low and it pops up, a low and it pops up, a low and it pops up. So I'm primarily concerned with the trend. And one of the things I like to look at on these trends is the waves, right? So we have, this will be considered 1, and then it pops up here. This would be 2, popped up here, and 3, and popped up here is 4. So on any given trend, you want to make sure that it's not, usually 5. If it's before 5, I'm really excited about because 5 waves, it tends to reverse a little bit. And so I just keep that in mind, okay? Now, also what we want to really look at is the time frame. Yes, this is negative on the time frame, and I prefer it to be green, but even on a 5-minute, it was green and it was crossing over, right? I like to see that green and crossing over. That's kind of what I like to look for, and we have that on the 5-minute. And so what that means is we could probably get some more downside, okay? Also, we have a trend line break. We have the current trend. So yes, on the 15 it was still red, but it was right at the break-even point. And a lot of times when it's at the break-even point, it'll just do another wave. I'm sure we can find some examples of that. Like, for example, this one. You see here it was red, and it went to green right here. And then, well, this one was a green wave. But sometimes it'll just barely turn, and then it'll roll to the next direction. So right now we have a little bit of a battle going on. I'm currently in profit, but it's fighting this trend line. It keeps holding this level, so I'd like to see it go. Just another little note too is a lot of times if you get a trade, you can take these and short and sell. Like I have 2 positions on, and position number 1 here is almost $100. So what if I just take this trade, I sell it, I close it down here, this is like 150. Wait, then it comes up here again, I sell it, it comes down here, this is 100. It comes up here and I sell it, and then okay, now it's another 100. Right, so right there, just from doing this in a very short period of time, this is a 5-minute candle, this is a couple hours of work, we have $250 in a very short period of time. So I could actually do that pretty easily and have my trade. As a matter of fact, right now I am currently up almost $100, right? And so I could close this out pretty easy. I think we're going to get the follow through because we've pushed and we pushed, and it's crossing over on the 5-minute. I think it's going to push, and since it's a video, I'm pressed for time, and so you can see the hourly looks pretty good. If it breaks, we could have a really nice move. I could move my take profits all the way down here, and I could turn this into 2 trades. One is at 250 and the other is at 100. So I could turn this into a $350 move if I wanted. But because I'm lower on time, and sometimes it will move quick. You look at these hourly candles, you just don't know, but that would have been filled in just a few minutes. When it goes, it goes. And so you don't know when it's going to go. So another good thing that you can do, I'm just giving you guys some tips, is you could, if you take multiple positions like this, remember to always manage your risk, never add it up as a total. So if your total risk is $50, do 5 $10 trades. And you could leave one and let the one run, take the others for quick profit. Just to let that happen. So right now I don't want to keep the video rolling because I have to keep these a certain time. So I'm going to just pause it again and see what happens, but I'm really tempted to close them both. If I could get a break here in the next few minutes, where are we at right now on profit? if I could get a break in the next few minutes, I would take it. So if we could just get a little bit of a push back down. It's trying to test this trend line. It broke out. We still have the moving average. We still have this. Everything is looking really solid. I just need one little spike right now to get me out for a nice 177 plus 53. So a nice little $220 trade here in a short period of time. So I'm going to hold off on that. I want to keep the video shorter, so I'm going to pause it. But let's see if we can hold off and get to our target. All right, everyone, we're getting back, and it pushed up right up into this trend line, and now we're pushing right back. And so I'm currently just about ready to take out my trade here, and hopefully we'll be hitting this target here. If it doesn't, I'm just going to snap out of this. I'm not going to let this get away from me, and so I'm going to pull down here, just give it a minute. We can see that it is pushing right back into this support level. I think we're going to hit it. And now it's pushing back a little bit, but this is normal. We get this a lot of times here when the trade is getting ready to trigger. We have what this is called a doji right now. Let's take a look at it on a 1 minute. Oh, so close. All right, guys, I'm back again. And so this time I wanted to just give a little report here. I made a big mistake. If you guys remember, well, of course you remember, I just said it. Just a second ago, I said, oh, I'm going to close this. Whoops. And I didn't. So price went right back down here. And then I said I was going to close it, and it went all the way back up to the top. Well, when it did that, I decided to get in one more time because I have enough time to get in for at least 4 trades. And so now what I did was I added another position. You can see that line right here. So as it was pushing up here and then pushing down, I got in. And so now finally I'm at my position here to take the trade. And so before I had the profit, let's take a look at what I've got set up for profit here. I made a mistake, and this mistake could turn out to be in my favor if I can get a few more pips. Doesn't want to go down there, but let's take a look at the total here. We have 147, 72, and 47. So I'm going to pull this 147 down to here, and I'll pull this one up. And so right now we're looking at 40, 150, and 70 if I can hit it. Right now I could close all of these trades and I'd be up pretty nicely with all of them. Roughly $120 right now is what I would be up. So I want to just see if I can be patient and hit it. I was going to pull it earlier, and you can see, let's go to a lower time frame what happened. It went close to my target. Here was my old target, and it just went boom right up. And so I got back in, and it was definitely a mistake. I should have closed this. And so now I'm hoping that I can finally get it. And again, this is why yesterday I said patience is required. Patience is required. And you know, who knows what could happen. I try not to be emotional, but what if this ends up going and takes me out? Well, to be so close and yet get taken out is such a painful event. It's not fun, and it takes a lot of emotional strength to get through that. And so right now, you just got to realize that you're going to have your losing days. I'm on a 3-day winning streak, and I'm really excited about that. And I could close this right now and keep it 4, but I want to hold out just for a few more dollars of profit. So right now this first trade is up currently 10 pips, and I need price just to go down another 4 pips. That's it. But sometimes you got to take what the market gives you. The market might not go. It looks like it's trying. It's messing with this trend line. Let's look at it on a 15-minute time frame. It's trying. It wants to go, but you know, there's a fight. Remember, there's a battle between the buyers and the sellers, and right now the buyers are putting up a good fight. The sellers need to get it strong, and it's pushing down, and we're looking good. We got to go another 2 pips. Come on, market. But again, I don't want to be emotional. If I end up going up here and losing, well, then I lose. And that's just the way it is. And I got to accept that that's going to happen every once in a while. But the key is I have my risk managed. If I lose, then it's okay, because I have way more winning days than losing days. And some of my winning days are really big. Today's trade is a little smaller than what I might normally do, just because of the video time constraint, but also because you know, the market might not run. See, if I was trading here and the market ran 39 pips, well, that would have been perfect. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you get choppiness all day. Yesterday when I was trading this same pair, I was trading the Euro CAD, and yesterday it was choppy all day, and it was a real struggle just to get the money that I was trying to get. If you remember, I said it was a slow day. And so right now, we've got some big fluctuations, but I'm not getting any follow through. So I just need a little bit more, and I'm trying to get it. And right now we're so close. We're so close. We're about a pip away. Let's see if we can. It looks like it wants to go. And if it goes, it could just swipe down, and I could get a big run, and I might miss some of that. But that's okay, because right now I'm currently up, as you can see over here, $185 on the trade. And so just a few more pips and it'll take me out. There, it's really trying to take me out right now. Let's see what we got here. Why isn't it taking me out? Because of the spread. The spread. What is the spread on this 2 pip spread? So when I was measuring and I said I needed 2 pips, I actually needed 4 pips because of the spread. That's one thing you need to consider. Okay, I'm out, and I made about $200 on the trade. Let's see what I actually made here. I ended up getting $264. So I made $264, and you know, price might keep moving, but I'm okay with the $264. All right, well, this trade was a little bit longer, but we have four days of winning trades, and thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on. I need comments, and likes and subscribes to keep this series going. If you're interested, sign up for my swing trading event. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys soon. Keep that feedback coming.